How's about this? Is this better? Hello, 1, 2.
Yeah.
1, 2. So the genesis of this workshop actually came because my wife and I tried to. We live in Austin, Texas, and and if you've ever been to Texas during the summer, it's kind of warm, and we try to make our way out of Dodge to go to some cooler climes. And I was told by a friend of mine, this county, Meriden, was a great place to spend the summer. And it has been really, really nice. So we ended up coming here, and before we said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could do a workshop here? It was kind of a last minute thing, and I reached out to Becky Parker Geist, who is the president of Bay Area Independent Publishers Association, and I said, can we do something? And she said, well, yeah, we can. And she invited me to an event where I was actually going to go up to Klamath to do the Redwoods for the day. That was, I got on the 14th of this month. So, well, let's try something else. Let's try this event. So we threw it together, and I'm so pleased and so happy that all of you got the word and you're here. So we've got a lot to cover today. Sure that you have before you leave today is some deliverables, something that you can go home and actually plug into your book marketing. So among today's itinerary, we're going to be covering a number of different things, not the least of which is how to write faster. That's how we're going to kind of kick off, kind of get things rolling, have some fun with that. That's more lighter, basically based on my book called Real Fast Writing. And as I'll tell you, I am a fairly bad dyslexic, and I'm also severely dysgraphic. So I read very, very slowly. I write very, very slowly. So the strategies I'm going to cover in today's presentation were adapted for me. And what I found out was that by actually taking things that actually work for somebody that was dysgraphic and dyslexic like myself, and have other people that are not disabled in that way, they just really go to town. So we're going to actually cover some of that in today's presentation as well. That's what this presentation is. Later on, we're going to cover a variety of other things, like, for example, so let me start off by saying that I like things that, yes, sir.
Because if you have a microphone, you don't really need to speak as loud.
Let me turn it down.
We're gonna turn it down.
Oh,
Yes, but thank you. I naturally project.
I know that you do. So
Yes.
you don't really need a microphone. So
I don't really. Yeah, I agree. How's that? Is this better?
that's great.
Okay. So, as I was saying, one of the things that I like to do is the marketing that you do it once, you put it in place once, and it continues to work for you. And that's a lot of what we're going to, listings and actual copywriting that goes into it, so that you can turn prospective readers of your listing on Amazon into actual buyers. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with that. And specifically, just by show of hands, how many folks here have a non-fiction book? Non-fiction book. Great. Okay. And the rest of you, fiction. A couple of fiction folks. Okay. Awesome. So we're actually going to cover both. The non-fiction stuff is, well, they're both relatively formulaic, which is good news for you, because if you understand the formula, then you can plug in your stuff, and away you go. So we're going to be working with that. And the point, once again, is that once you have a working sales letter, because that's kind of how I want you to see your Amazon listing, it continues to work for you and continues to work for you. You don't generally have to tinker with it very much. Again, I like leveraged effort so that you get to get some major benefit from that long term. So we're gonna be doing that. We also today have a session where we're going to talk about what needs to go into your Amazon Author Central page. Becky Parker-Geist is going to be talking about audiobooks. And last but not least today, we're going to be chatting about setting up Amazon marketing ads from Amazon Marketing Services. Just again, for curiosity's sake, how many of you are familiar with AMS or Amazon Marketing Services? Anyone have ads up currently? Okay, great. Well, once again, you're definitely in the right place for that. So the hope is that as you sort of follow along, you'll be able to actually set some of these things up. My intent for today was when we got to the AMS part, the Amazon Marketing Services, that if you don't already have your account set up, we're actually going to follow along and set that up so that you can do the next steps in finding keywords and so forth, okay? So, and by the way, I have no issues with you asking questions as we go. So if you have a question, please feel free to raise your hand. And any other questions sort of from an administrative standpoint? We do have a short break that we're not calling lunch. We are not calling it lunch. But if you desire to get something to eat, we're supposed to leave here to do that, unfortunately. So I don't police that. So just be mindful that we will try to be working through lunch. Specifically, what we're going to do is we're going to be covering right before lunch the copywriting part of it. I'll get to you in just a second. The copywriting part of it, so that during our non-lunch, I'll be able to kind of walk around and help each one of you with that part of it. Because again, this is a workshop. This is not a sit back and relax kind of day for you, hopefully. Okay, but this is a get work done kind of day. Yes, sir.
Just wanted to mention, trying to look at you with the bright windows behind you.
Yes.
It's a nice strain.
We'll fix that. I'll get a screen, sorry.
It'd be nice to lower those.
Okay.
Do you want the lights down at all?
No,
You guys are okay with the lights?
yes.
Okay.
That's the thing.
No, lights are fine.
Just checking.